Talk for a second about worry as Christians. I find so many Christians spend so much of their time and energy worrying over anything. Why their grades aren't up in school, what's going to happen if they don't lose weight, what happens if they don't get accepted into the college that their parents really want them to go to, what happens if they don't get that job, what happens if that girl doesn't really like them that much. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of the things that people spend their time worrying about. Why they think that one person at school doesn't actually like them that much, when you don't actually even know at all. You're just kind of guessing that person doesn't like you. We as people worry over so many things, and obviously everything that I just mentioned was really fleshly, but some of those things have some spiritual implication to them and spiritual consideration. And I just want you to consider for a second, Scripture says that Jesus, or rather the Father, knows the end from the beginning, and that time is not seen by us as it's seen by him. And a minute or a day is like 1,000 years, and years like 1,000 days to him. He doesn't consider the context of time like we do. He considers the story. I hope you heard what I just said. God does not consider the time like we do, but he rather considers the story. What I mean by that is God is not focusing on the ups and downs of what happened today. He is focused on what happens as the story that's been prophesied out, and that what is going to come to pass. Meaning, you might have a wrestle in your walk with Jesus today. You might have a miserable day. You might have had a car wreck and got screamed at by your boss. You might have all these things happening that are really bad, or even at other times really good, and then you now think that everything's on a roll. Now I've really gotten this Christianity thing down, and then next week something happens. Your dog dies or something, and it puts you back into the state of depression or hopelessness or whatever, right? And we wonder what's going on. But what you're not considering is that Jesus is not thinking about the day-to-day activities that are going on like you are. He's not letting the dog dying and grandma getting cancer and you losing your job and getting a flat tire on your way to work. He's not letting those things change anything in regards to his disposition or what he has already said to be true. Right? When I say prophesy, I mean something that's a future event that God is promising is going to happen. This right here is what we as Christians really, really need to consider, because this changes how you respond to those day-to-day circumstances, right? I'm using a lot of dramatic examples that I think they're real, but you get sick. Like, you getting sick is not one of those things that's devastating. Like, you got a common cold, right? It's not devastating or anything, but it's annoying, it sucks, and it's like, it has the ability to ruin your day if you let it. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to ruin your day. You choose whether you let that ruin your day or not, right? And when we let these things determine our day-to-day, we live in an emotional and a spiritual roller coaster. It's not healthy for you to live in this way. What is healthy is for you to understand, hey, whatever's going on right now, not super fun, not my favorite, not what I would prefer, but you know what? We're going to deal with it anyways, and we're going to see how we're going to see what God does with this thing that I'm going through right now. And understanding, again, God knowing the end from the beginning, what God is expecting to happen throughout all of this stuff that's going on, right? Again, he knows the end from the beginning. He knows what's going to happen. And, I think, a lot of this plays really well into people's salvation. We always wonder, oh my gosh, little Timmy, he's running from the Lord right now. He's fallen from the faith, or he was never born again in the first place. And we let this just torment our thoughts and our worries and our feelings and our expectations. And somebody lives in a state of depression, anxiety, or whatever for the next who knows how many years, maybe for the rest of their life, because of little Timmy that's running from the Lord and smoking pot now. Now, to be clear, I don't like that little Timmy smoking pot either. I wish little Timmy never touched it. I hate that stuff. But with that being said, also, I'm not letting what little Timmy's going through right now determine my thoughts on the overall, what's going to happen in all.